Hey, that's good one, racing. So it's not racing, right? Scrutineering?
Yeah.
Not that easy.
No, not yet.
How
far have you got with scrutineering?
First.
2,000.
This way, straighten up, straight, this way. Push.
The rumble.
So, have you split it into, what have you called them, endpoints? Or have you just generalised?
General.
Oh yeah, I think it's more general.
Okay, so you've listed all the materials and your consumables and your attachment methods, which is good. We just need to do it in a way that I can follow to make it, to remake it, if you know.
So it's more like for each part rather than
For a general, yeah, so the general's good, but we can't make it from that, so it needs to be more of like a instruction to me.
I think we were pretty detailed as far as we could on the materials for the actual manufacturing. So instead of purchasing like the parts that we mentioned, we also make everything in-house.
Okay.
So we have the materials that we use. Over here it's actually carbon Kevlar.
Oh yeah, and on top, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but you've got a cost per square meter. Is that a cost from a supplier?
Yep. So actually in Singapore dollars it's about $38. So when we convert it to euros it's about 26.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's per square meter.
As a first year car, we had to start out by convincing the university that it was worth doing. So at the start of it all, we had quite literally no budget, and we had to go around pitching our concept to other manufacturers for first of all the motor, the batteries, which are the most I would say one of the most costly things in the car. Then from then on, after like a few months of that, we finally got something from the university which wasn't very concrete as well. It was just pitch more concepts and do more things. But overall, the final budget which we kind of calculated, including the cost of shipping the car over here, came up to about 100,000 euros. Yeah.
All raised through doing research and speaking to people and almost having to do that fundraising activity.
Some of it through, a lot of it was through a lot of things that were sponsored. We tried our best to get the actual market value for it, as if we were a customer, how to purchase. Then a lot of it else was information from the university, so how much it took to ship our car here, how much we had to pay for various different things, insurance and all that.
So with that 100,000, how much did you end up spending?
We ended up spending, I think, almost all of it. To be fair, the shipping is like 20 to 30% of shipping the car. Yeah. As we were building the car, first of all, our main goal was cost reduction. Everything, if we can get it sponsored and if it fit our car, we said yes. You know, as most first year teams do, I believe. So whatever things that came in, we just took we took it and we looked at value, got a bit shocked and said, okay, we'll still put it in. Yeah.
So it's really interesting because for a car that's on such a tight budget, there's a lot of carbon here. And a lot of Kevlar. So what's the reason behind this?
Actually, all our carbon parts, right, is sponsored. Okay. All the carbon fiber was sponsored, so we thought we could make good use of it. And all our molds can be reused for the future cars. So that's why we thought just do it and spend a bit for the carbon fiber molds for the wings and all that. So that's why we chose to do this.
Okay. So obviously you've got your list of sponsors that can give you varied technologies and options to, for example, making spoilers, etc. For the actual cash purchase, how did you determine where you were going to spend the money and what you were going to spend the money on?
We allocated for chassis. I'll explain the parts that were sponsored. So the big ticket items like the battery, the motor, chassis tubes, carbon. What else was sponsored? So So those were the big ticket items that were already sponsored.
Don't need to talk about team, but like when you're doing it, just write it down.
Yeah, I mean the team leads next year just have to be like on point with their guys, that if you design something, get the engineering drawing for it out and the costing for it out right after you design. And then also he mentioned that, you know, if you CAD something out and then you get it in real life, what are the differences between your CAD and your actual thing, and then why those differences are there.
Problems of designing.
Let's talk about design now.
Okay,
Design. We go like just now. I think we are a bit more prepared. Actually, no, I think we fuck for design as well.
Can we be completely truthful in design?
Yeah, we should be. But you don't say the word I don't know.
Yeah.
Say from my understanding. Don't say I don't know.
To the best of my knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge. To what I understand, this is supposed to work this way. So the things like what went wrong in our design, I think you could also say it's not. They're not judging us for like how good your car is. They're judging how well you can justify your design.
And Hill? Lucas, hi.
Well, first of all, congratulations on getting here away from Singapore.
Yes.
How's the lockdown in Singapore now? Is it?
Oh no, it has been lifted very long ago.
Oh, that's good news. I was working with some colleagues in Singapore a couple of years ago. I know it was really hard for everybody.
It was.
Yeah.
In fact, this car was designed during that lockdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a fantastic achievement then.
Yeah, I was in Singapore in 2019 on my way to New Zealand, and I've done a couple of work trips there as well. So I like Singapore.
So tell us about the overall concept of the car and how it's affected your bits of the design.
So basically, it's our first car, so we choose to have the tubular chassis design, so which is easier for the first team, and it has more flexibility. For example, you can weld some bracket on that rather than more flexibilities, and
Yeah, so basically we went for a space frame chassis instead of a monocoque because, well, first budget concerns, right? All the tubes we have here, they are partially sponsored, and also it offers more flexibility because we weren't very sure where everything is going to go yet. So with space frame, we can always weld on brackets later on. So that was the main the decision factor that we chose a space frame chassis.
Okay, so in your design process, did you start from the tyres into the chassis or from the chassis out to the tyres?
Okay, yeah. I actually know by right you should start from the tyre, right? But we didn't have any tyre data at all. So what we did was, at first we got a sponsorship for the motor and some battery cells. So we kind of designed our car around those things. We started with the chassis. We put on like the wheels and all that, so that it would.
Okay, so how did you decide on your wheelbase and your track dimensions? What was your parameters for deciding that?
There was a minimum requirement for the wheelbase, so we went with that and we added like 15 millimeters for just to be safe. As for the wheel track, because we know there was a tilt test, so we did some calculation on the estimated center of gravity, and we got a minimum track required for that.
And there are foam and aluminium inserts used inside, like over here, sealed inside the aerofoil molds. Yeah.
So epoxy and hardener as usual, we use that.
So those are the only outsourced molds. The rest, for example, the foot plate here and the primary end plate, all of these were made using our own molds, made using plywood and aluminium to have this better surface finish.
So, did you design the molds, the ones that you got out?
Yes, not both of us, our seniors did it, but how they did it was once they knew which airfoil to use, then they got a CAD out, then they sent the male and the female mold, then they sent it out for manufacturing, and once it came, we double checked everything and we started manufacturing.
And so what material was the mold made out of?
It's in the...
Do you know roughly, was it MDF tooling as well?
That's the part I'm not really sure about.
Okay.
So what point is pink? Yeah. So now we have to again. So then
never say material. Sure.
Okay.
I don't recall the material.
How did you find out?
So, but then the molds that you made in-house, you said that they were MDF? Did you say or plywood? So the in-house molds.
Yeah.
So how did you design and make those molds?
So for this, we actually. Is it okay if I pull out some photos?
Yeah, of course, that helps a lot.
Kind of. So like these are for the aerofoils.
Okay.
These are the foam inserts with the alu at the ends.
So how did you cut the foam?
They were done using a hot wire.
Okay.
Yeah, and the aluminium inserts were the shape of the aerofoils. They had to be CNC routed up. Yeah.
Okay. And did you CNC route those aluminium profiles in your university?
Yeah, at our university. We have a router.
Yeah, we have it in our.
But it was done by our technician.
Yeah.
So these are also some of the aluminium inserts that are inside this end plate for the mounting of the aerofoil. So these are very small to reduce the weight.
Do you know why aluminium was chosen for the insert?
Mainly it was light.
Any alternative materials to use?
Not any.
We had a lot of spare aluminium as well.
Yeah, it was in the lab.
Yeah, we worked with what we had.
Yeah. And so, was the thickness of the end plate dictated by the aluminium insert, or did you pick the thickness of the aluminium insert because of the thickness of the design?
It was dictated by what aluminium insert we had. The thickness of the aluminium that we had in-house, then we used that, then we filled the
So that then chose how thick this end plate was?
Yeah, because we had the foam first, then we thought we use by taking the length of the foam, the width of the foam, then after that we just put 2 sets of carbon fiber on each side.
If you had changed your plan at the beginning of the year, right? So if you were doing this again, would you do the same thing?
I think for our specific case, yes, because those 2 months would have made a difference between finishing the car or not.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm trying to point you to. The planning at the beginning.
Yeah.
How many hours has it taken you to build the car?
To build the car? Well, this exact hours I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Days?
2 years.
It's taken 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because chassis, actually the fabrication of chassis was done 1.5 years ago, so it didn't start this year. Okay. It was the first thing to be built.
So 2 years back, did you think you were going to air freight the car or surface ship the car?
No, to be honest, I wanted to ship it.
Yeah, surface shipping.
But in the end, you cannot deal, and then the university finally accepted to air freight. So then when you got the money, you don't decide. The problem was that money was given last minute.
Okay.
If I knew I had the money beforehand,
right,
I would have changed the strategy.
So that's a good point. If you'd have had the money or the time, which one would you pick?
In this specific
case, in hindsight, if you were doing it again, would you rather have the 20,000?
I would rather have the 20,000 because I could change the whole concept of the
car. So if you changed your plan, you would have had the money.
Yes.
The surface shipping would have gone in the plan.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Talk to us about some of the design features on the car.
So, design features, what specific?
So, I've noticed some of the fasteners on the cars. Yeah. Some are smaller, some are bigger. Do you want to talk to me about the design process that led to those decisions?
For the fasteners?
Yeah, let's talk about the fasteners around, say, the wishbones and the anti-roll bar.
If you want, it's more for so the fasteners. The selection process was actually done through like a lot of FEA, finite element analysis, and also we selected it based on how strong it was to actually like withstand that force.
Okay, so you've got some input loads. How did you get to those input loads?
It's all theoretical. It's a theoretical input load that we thought it was gonna happen. It's gonna be happening to the car. So we don't have a really clear baseline. This is our first car, so there's no baseline for us. So actually we're trying to establish a kind of a baseline for all these.
Okay. Okay, so you've got a pack of documentation. Are there some things in here you'd like to point out?
It's just the risk assessment documents that I have.
Okay.
So all the risk assessments has been done done prior to all the cars, everything being built on the car.
Is there something in here in specific you'd like to pick out?
Explain the procurement, maybe like how we are different like suppliers. So that's one of like our biggest issues, like being so far away from generally the suppliers for Formula Steering. We have to plan everything in advance. And we have to, if we can, buy everything as a package.
So sorry to interrupt. What's your longest lead item on the car?
Probably my Hoosier tires, which took me around a month to actually arrive.
Okay.
So that's very long in our timeline actually, because it's actually necessary for us to do our testing and everything.
Okay, so there is definitely a geographic remoteness to this, but there's definitely things you can do to mitigate that. So how about domestic manufacture in country? Have you had a focus on that?
Yeah, and especially a lot of things are in-house, so we try to do as much as in-house, not only for the supplying issue, but also for laying a foundation for like the next generations to really learn and manufacture them themselves, so we don't have to depend on others. But then other specifics, we do have China, which is normally faster and cheaper depending on the element, and then in Singapore, the problem is it's more automotive as in normal cars. It's not specific for motorsports. So everything that's related to if the brake discs are for automotive normal companies or like our motor, it's like for a Ford Fiesta, the drive-through and all of that. It's easier to get. But then like Hoosier tires or other like to give you an example, those are the longer.
So have you been building up relationships with your suppliers in Singapore?
Yeah, we have.
Which ones have you?
Specifically for like the composites. So there's a company named Admiralty that also sponsored us. They manufacture all the molds for the wing elements. So that was very like beneficial for us.
Have you done composite wheels?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, all the molds of the wing elements.
The wing. Sorry, I thought you said wheel.
Sorry.
My apologies.
By them. And then we were the ones manufacturing it ourselves, because again, cost. So if we manufacture it us, it would be really cheaper than if we manufacture factory outsource. So and then all the other parts, the molds even were done by ourselves, so 3D printed. In our university, we do have a lot of like 3D printers, and we have those facilities. So it was easier for us to manufacture those molds. And when the precision, like we're not talking about airfoils, it's way, the margin of error is greater. So those we did ourselves.
Okay, so in that space, you've got some 3D printing. How many hours or days of 3D printing do you reckon you've done over the course of the project?
Probably around maybe 30 to 40 hours of 3D printing.
Okay, so you got it. Okay, right. You really want your steering position. Is that pushed on properly? That's okay. There's a little bit more slack than I would like to see in there, but that's again the spline. Is there any reason for using this big bearing? Why you need that?
Also from the cost side, because this one we can directly from our lab.
Okay, so basically it was available.
Yeah.
Okay, that's obviously from a weight point of view.
It's not good.
It's not good. Okay. Personally, if I was driving this, I would want the wheel much more vertical.
Sure. There's another reason that we chose one steering column. It's because it's more reliable.
It's tight. It's tight from. Okay, I'm quite big compared to probably you. And that, as a driving position, that's actually very awkward.
Yeah.
You would sort of, you sort of. Really, it needs to be somewhere around about. For the person you're driving needs to be driving it like this, with around about that sort of on your arm. Okay, there is a method. If you set the steering wheel up with if you have your arms right back, clench your fist like that, and have the top of the steering wheel there. That gives you. And that, if you look at that's what most drivers who are driving around about. So that, now I'm not sure if you can do that within the rules, but that gives you that's about an optimum position.
Take everything apart, weigh every individual thing, and then set a target goal. Cut this down by 50%. Next time you design, you aim for that. I think that is.
He said is that one team, what they did was this New Year's car, like this car, you could fit everything into the previous car.
Oh,
so they can test everything on the previous car and then put it on the new
modular
one. So they can always benchmark the data.
That's smart.
10 years.
For us, cannot lah.
5 years.
We want to change the whole design.
No way.
I was like,
but I mean, if we make smaller stuff and we still have this chassis, we just make new mounts, and we can still test. But we won't get data, the correct data.
But it's still a lot.
It's still a lot, yeah.
Like getting the new stuff to work in this one.
I mean, if we get juniors who need like welding experience and stuff,
true.
It's
Like we can let them do whatever
experiment,
they want to the car.
just do whatever you
Bro,
want.
but the weight of chassis must reduce.
Must.
no, you have to change the everything.
37 kg. You tell me it's average. I was like 200 plus, you know. How lah, bro?
No, you have to change everything, simplify everything, forget about all the extras.
The thing is, the other question that completely took me by shock was, why does our motor-to-motor controller have 12 wires? Because usually 3-phase wires have only 3 wires. That's the minimum requirement.
Why do we have 12? You have no idea.
We have no idea, but he told us now. We just said that the manufacturer sent us both the motor and the motor controller together because they're a match pair. And then he was like, "Yeah, we understand, but do you know why?"
And then when you have to explain why did you air freight?
Yeah.
Like, okay, air freighting is 30,000 and shipping is 10,000. Wouldn't those 20,000 be better in other things? And I was like, I agree. I definitely agree.
But if we shipped it, the car wouldn't run.
And it's why, and they told me like, but isn't it better if it doesn't run and we have those 20,000 to improve the car?
Even our guys said, right, a lot of teams come here, the car cannot run.
Yeah.
They just bring it.
Yes.
We didn't know that.
The thing is for us, coming from Singapore, if your car cannot run and you
what's
bring
the point
it,
of coming here, right?
Like,
it's a waste of money.
If you do that, we might as well come as concept.
Exactly. I think this year we should have concept. Next year we should have.
I think every year we should send a concept. Just have a team working on it.
Yeah, like a junior team on the concept.
Yeah, they'll be the ones doing the design for the next car.
That would be damn sick. One concept,
I
one
think
real.
you also do a 2-year cycle concept. And
that's what every time
so
you
like
design.
the next team is the concept team, then following years
Then the concept will be made as the original one,
As a
then
car.
concept original. Yeah, it'll be nice.
I mean, you can also start manufacturing, and if you want to bring here, you can bring the concept also. If
he
we're somehow on
told
time.
me that because I said I had to be like, okay, your timeline and everything, and I said 5 years to like pass technical inspection, and he said in 5 years, I think with your capabilities you should be going for like running like
events,
top
Podiums,
top 20
in 5 years.
top 20.
They said that?
Yeah.
So that's a praise.
Yeah, bro.
Why
He
they say
said
that?
top 20 because he knows like we had all the capabilities. It's just that he said that we had to focus on simplifying everything. No need to do aero, no need to do anything.
Oh, and then
Something
he asked
to
us
benchmark.
He asked us golden cells. Even though we got it sponsored, why do we get that specific cell sponsored and not another type of cell sponsored?
Oh,
I don't know.
Did we get to choose?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
I remember.
I really wanted to say that our manufacturer only makes this cell, but I'm pretty sure they make other cells also. So I didn't say.
I think you should
They
have
make
said
cells of
because
different capacities. Then they'll ask you why the capacity.
Exactly. We told them capacity was because of our endurance calculation.
Yeah,
then they asked us why did we say 60 amps as our current draw. We said that was an assumption we took, and then they
assumption
didn't
after
seem happy.
load test, not load testing, bench testing the motor. But we also the cell type we should have said it's a formula that shouldn't stand.
What?
That 18 is something because the cell you're using is a
18650, is it?
Yeah, 18650. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
and
a pretty
then
common lithium cell type.
But I don't know, the way they seem this, even if you say that it's standard or whatever, they don't.
Yeah, no,
they're
that's
not
what
happy
they
with
were
that.
testing us like that, yeah.
But they would know, even
they
if you
won't
say
let
it's-
us know if it's right or wrong. They
Yeah.
just
He's
want
the
to know what we
weather,
think.
to me, that one's M14 or M16. Why did you choose?
Why
that?
did you choose the M16 Pro for your inspection? Oh, I did get that as well.
14.
I did get the 14.
I was like,
Lucky I knew that. I knew
also.
exactly why that one. Exactly.
Lucky,
Fuck yes.
Actually, why? I just
Hey,
say
wait, why is there plastic on our chassis for the under the accumulator?
Shim is the shim.
Oh, okay. No, wait, what's the purpose?
So because
strap.
Yeah.
This is the
Fucking strap
stationary
because we widened the
dominant
chassis.
strap.
Yeah, I didn't want to say we widened the chassis.
No,
I just said
it was
it's like a bit low bearing.
A bit of manufacturing error. The question, the guy asked me, what if you had unlimited budget for next car?
Yeah, they asked the same question.
New motor.
No, they asked the same question, and then they questioned us why we wanted that specific motor.
Peak power thing they kept saying.
Yeah.
I got frustrated, man. Like,
What thing?
They kept asking us what peak power do you want for your next motor, and we're like,
you all know that they'll be here. 80k, is it?
Wait, I don't know if the MRAX, the 80 kilowatt
I don't know
motor.
if the rule is peak power or continuous
Yeah, that's
power.
what.
That's the thing I got confused at. So
your route to next year starts now. So as soon as you get back, you think, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do differently? Are you going to use the existing vehicle as a test bed and then design something new? Or are you going to take it apart, measure everything up, and then go from there? Because actually weighing everything a little bit and working out what you've got is always a very good idea. Try and look at Formula Student as asking a number of questions, and your car is how you answer those questions. So essentially you have the motorsport competition, which is what this is, which is comprised of your static competition and your dynamic competitions, and then you've got a customer focus for your design judging and all that you sort of make up your customer based on what you want to do. So look at what you want to do, set some targets right at the start. So your target might not be win the event, but your target might be that you want to get a car here and complete all the dynamic events. And then work out what you need to do that. So generally the best way of doing that is to keep things simple. So you need as little car as possible to do that. It needs to be reliable, but the best way to make something reliable is not to have it there in the first place. You don't need aero, you don't need any of that. So you would small, lightweight car if you can. Read the rules again, read the rules a third time, make sure that you're not compromising by having things that aren't rules compliant. So especially with things that have to go into your accumulator, you have to put them in there, otherwise they're not going to let you run. So make sure you do that next time if you go EV. You might not, you might choose to go for internal combustion engine. But really enjoy the rest of the time here. Talk to people, learn as much as you can. You've done very well to be here. Try and apply your engineering science and target setting next time, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Yes. Thank you.
So was that the kind way of saying you fucked up?
Yeah, it's like an 80 response, you know.
That is a lot better.
Yesterday was could it escape out the bottom? So yeah, we've now got that one. Yeah.
On the sides as well.
Yeah. All their wing edges are good. Yep, it's not messy.
It's alright.
They're safe. We happy with that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
How much is inside, right?
Milliliters.
No, 200.
It's water.
It's deionized.
So like if we want to go for the other...
Yeah, as it gets in fixed, you could pass it. If you pass this one, you can move up. Obviously, there will be stuff missing in the chassis and stuff missing for everything, but
Or you can get those checked off.
you can get those checked off.
How else do chassis? I think you can't do tech completely, but chassis I think you can do.
I think you could do. I think the chassis mounts, the accumulator mounts, you can pass, but not everything. Just keep pushing.
What about
Aero?
Aero you can definitely pass.
Aero you can definitely
But that's part of tech.
But if we pass this stage without our front brake,
Oh, you won't be able to do that. You'll have to bring it back.
You have to bring it back.
Yeah. Anything you would
No,
run
as in,
with?
would we be able to, are we allowed to put on the wing back and then go for aero, or are we supposed to not?
I mean, you can come back here as many times as you like.
Okay.
But anything that involves the aero, the front wing would have to be there.
Right
So
now.
like stuff like so like stuff like ground clearance, you might need to check that again.
Yeah, you have to check ground clearance and fasteners and all that, because you can have fasteners one thread long. You have to make sure that most of the other stuff you can get around. But there will be a couple of things. So try to get, as you're here, just try to get everything out. Then come back again.
Even if we fail this, we can still do the other scrutineering tests. So aero we can do. We can still do chassis and everything. Chassis, the accumulator one, we can pass through. We can go through everything, all the checks except the accumulator one. So that one, he said it's okay, just go through and learn. Then right now the other important thing is the low voltage EV scrutineering also we can do. So if what's it called? Because I think the other mechanical stuff we can't prep right now since most of y'all we have a lot of free hands, right? So we might as well go and start prepping for the EV scrutineering. Yeah.
That means R2D has to be in functioning form.
Yeah.
TSL is not.
No, but maybe you can grab Cyan and look at the rules and see what we need for EV scrutineering, and then we can prep it.
So we side on side. So you put your Velcro on that, and then you can adjust it as well for the head height. So that if you've got a 4'11" driver and a 6'7" driver, and the head moves, you can still get the centre point to the back of his head. So straightforward fix. So if you do it with the Velcro, A, it's adjustable, and B, it's the good side of the firewall.
Originally, it was over here. So it was too far apart. They were coming this side, side of the shoulder. So they brought it in. The only thing they've got to attach it to is.
What did they have it attached to originally for?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, I see, because they've only got that hook and they've used a. Got you now.
It took us a while to work it out.
We're trying to figure out a way, not that we can tell them what to do, but we're trying to figure out a way how we can help them.
Advise
by
them.
little trail of crumbs.
There's a big trail of crumb just come back.
Yeah. That's what you get, which is proper.
Ah, right, yeah. What they've done is...
They've relaced them,
they've relaced them.
I know what they've done, I can see what they've done.
Yeah.
But, you've then got this is pulling in the wrong direction. Yeah. You've got to give them marks for ingenuity.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, the problem we've got is in the...
It's the wrong way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most of the steering wheels we get are very vertical. Yours isn't. It's on the slab. So depending on where I measure the steering wheel, because there's a rule that says that the steering wheel needs to be within 25 centimetres of your front roll hoop. So there, absolutely fine. 13 centimetres, really good. But if I consider like a plane going in that direction, and I look at it like, well, I can see 25 centimetres down the line to about there. So this is one of the things where we have to. Depends how you interpret the rule, because if I'm not going to be, but I could be really harsh and say there are elements of the steering wheel that are further back that way, 25 centimetres on the bottom section. I've had a quick chat with Sam about it, and we've decided that the vast majority of the steering wheel is forward of 25 centimetres, but it's just something to be aware of for other competitions and future competitions, that because I can see how it would affect everything. So we're going to need to do something about that, because that's now failed.
Yep.
That's come off.
Is the one you put the...
So I would have a think about rerouting those brake lines. That's okay. There's a little bit of questions on the fluid leaks on brakes, so just checking around all the corners, making sure that when you're actuating the brakes that you're not getting any include leads on banjos. Scatter guards would be good. LV electrical is mentioned, we'll get over there to do that. So yeah, so we've got a big step forward there. It's up to you guys how you want to tackle it next. So you've got a bit of welding work that needs to be done with the harness. You go with that, or you go and have a go at your electrical, or you can have a go at your chassis. I think you had a good time.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, they said we can go to other stages also.
Yeah, you don't have to pass this one outright before having to go at one of the others.
The chassis will not be able to complete the ones that need the accumulator in, but we can do the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's worth having it.
Oh, they go.
Yeah, we'll have a look round.
Watch me go, never slow. Make a whoa. Watch me go. Watch me go, never slow. Make a whoa. Watch me go. Ready, set, go.
Why did they give it to us?
It's just a thing question.
We've had this welded here, which was down here, because originally the lap belt was down here. It still needs a pin in there. But I'm not worried about it. I'm just happy that they've got this far.
This one, they're going to struggle. I'm Meg, I'm one of the scrutineers. So, what was the question, sorry?
Maybe like
just talk about the first year car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like how's our car?
Yeah, okay. I mean, for a first year car, it's super impressive. I'm very impressed with it. We definitely have a lot of interesting looking first year cars coming through here. And there's, you know, varying levels of completeness, but I mean, it's very clean, it's easy to inspect, which makes our jobs a lot easier, which is great. Yeah, love it. And it's very interesting to look at, it's different, so perfect.
And maybe like some advice, I guess?
Best advice I can give you is carry on the way you're going, because everything we ask you to do, you do. So that is the ideal situation.
Yeah, I mean,
we advise you, you do it.
As well, like just keep good track of the rules as you're going through all your designs. You know, do your design reviews, check against all the rules every year. So yeah, I mean, you're doing very, very well. So that's why it's hard to give you advice, because you're doing great. It's funny how many people come through with their seat belts incorrect, because I think it's something that people think of last minute. it's like, okay, we'll just put a seatbelt on when we get to competition, but it's like, it's actually something you do need to like know how to route around and.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luca. Happy birthday to you. It's my birthday. His birthday. It's his birthday. Ask him go deliver. Hey, happy birthday. Ask him go deliver.
We have this jack where we can't click jack it. So we have the jack config.
Yes.
So like, you see the audio insert.
Yeah. Is
Then
that what jack
basically
is?
unscrew this, lift the entire front, screw it in.
Oh.
So like, the wing is like this. So
That
it's
is
generating
a
lift.
I love it.
Like straight, so lift it back, push this back. When the pedals are in the most reverse position, this is like gotta be touching, and I can't like if I mean it's already illegal from that, so like I see down with it, so. This is too far. Like if I push that back, it's gonna push his head up. So I'm not entirely certain that that's okay. As in your pedals are, I know they're as far forward as it looks like it can go.
Actually,
no, but the rest of all
I'm happy to just remove your seat.
Take out the seat. Yeah, remove all the seat.
Get underneath it, and it's fine. Like 248, 249 close.
Just give me 1 sec.
Watch me go, never slow. Make 'em whoa. Watch me go. Watch me go, never slow. Make 'em whoa. Watch me go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Like Tesla, future even better. Shooting like stars, turbocharged. I'ma go get that.
Hey, Steve. Thank you so much. Thanks for the. Can we all have a photo? Can we all have a photo?
See you next somewhere here. Okay. How much we should? 69. Yeah? I can sign my details. Get the trophy. That's 16. Hey!
Salon frame this. But here's Salon. Okay, here's Salon. Ask him sign lah. Yeah, we can have you. Yeah. Hey, this one must put protection on it. Leave it overnight first.
Are you filming, Maggie?
Yeah, fucking disaster.
Where are you gonna sleep, Maggie?
There, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go check my tent later.
Oh, I see the small tent a bit hard to see.
Yeah.
Or actually, you can just put your small tent here.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
At least no wind, right?
Okay.
Then you just leak a little bit, then you just like your tent doesn't leak anymore, right?
Okay.
Just get it. Should be fine. Yeah, why not? 对了，它因为它那个 space 挖到，这里面有没有洞啊？它直接搭一个就。
Same.
This also I need to film.
This? At worst conditions?
Third inspection.
Third inspection. Oh fuck. Yeah, third inspection was basically who come and inspect us for the third one this morning? I forgot.
Megan.
Huh?
The seatbelt hole.
Wait, wasn't it the
was it the girl?
Yeah.
This morning was a girl. Yesterday wasn't a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday was the same guy twice. Oh. Okay, then the girl came and then our fucking savior, Mr. Steve from Motorsport UK.
Steve the lad.
Thank you so much. You save our life. Then he basically our seat belt was kind of resolved, but the lap belt was also nice really. Yeah, but then she didn't like the critical fastening, the what do you call it? The sharp edges
around any hole, any part that's protruding out of the car.
Yeah. Oh no, the lap belt still wasn't okay, so we had to cut a bit larger hole today. Then the pin for your lap belt, there's a little pin in there. Remember, you bring it along when you ship the car, because I don't think we have extras. So then after that is other than that, I think that was like the end of that scrutineering. Then we went to chassis. Chassis was overall fine except for all three templates failed. The Percy template, that cockpit template, and the leg space template. All three failed. Percy template failed because you wanted to go in zero gravity bullshit. You see every other team here, they sit upright like a normal human. And that's why it failed. We couldn't move our pedal further down to make the head rest well. And even if you sit down with the helmet on, your head's like the cockpit template couldn't go in. Even though we did the chassis expansion, you're welcome for you. And the firewall was in the way because it wasn't welded properly. Then number 3, it was the leg space template. Design steering rack without the cover, brilliant. Never considered anything other like the steering column being like that. The template couldn't fit. basically
Universal joy.
just fucked us up. So yeah, universal joy next time. But comes with the cons of very hard to turn steering. Chassis, the other thing we failed was the accumulator because you couldn't put it in.
The IA sample.
IA need to bring sample, crushed, uncrushed.
Just buy the blue IA.
Yeah, buy the blue IA, or if you want to use the previous one, make sure you bring the sample, a crush sample, or evidence or video of the crush sample, and maybe anything like just bring samples, a physical thing for them to verify. Oh yeah, the ultrasonic probe. They basically just ask you what thickness is you're supposed to get on that tube. You have to tell them. SCS is the best way. You tell them, then they will squirt some shit on the
gel.
tube.
Gel.
Yeah,
Gel.
that coupling gel, and then they will probe the ultrasonic there. Then they will tell them the thickness of the tube.
Never trust your seniors. I know you're seeing this video, doesn't make sense, but yeah, read again.
Read the rules.
Read
again.
the
Each
rules.
other's designs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you are handling
And
powertrain,
communicate between departments.
yeah.
Yes.
If you're reading if you're doing powertrain, you still have to know what the fuck is going on with chassis.
Yeah.
You have to read the entire chassis rule if you're gonna talk to the chassis guy.
Yeah.
Then for the front wing, really make sure that you get your front wing sturdy, because they'll put a sandbag on each side and measure the deflection so that it doesn't break. Bro, it was heavy. 15. Agreed. Okay. Then
Yeah,
Cool, man.
yeah. Then
So warm in here.
yeah, bro, look at
It's
my
stupidly
bro,
warm.
I'm hot here.
Of
Yeah,
course,
I
it's-
know. I can't wear my
so
suit.
hard.
You're
I don't know
touching
why.
each other.
What?
Yeah, man. Then we move to the scrutineering again. This time we go in there. He starts checking shit that was never checked in the first place.
Yeah.
He checked under the driver's pedal. He's like, ooh, you don't have your lock nuts, eh? then he said our brake fastening to that piece of alu also needs to have lock nuts.
That's bullshit.
Then
No.
The brake pedal
We
was
said
fastened with lock nuts.
No,
But the
panel itself
plate-
fastened to the chassis, they want lock nuts for that. But in the rules, it was never stated that it was required. And the reasoning is that since our brake pedal is fastened onto that plate is kind of considered as a brake. But that doesn't make any sense to me.
it
But-
really comes down to the scrutineer's interpretation.
You have
of
to
the rules.
justify, and then that was when we posed the question and say, is this really it? Then they say yes, but then our angel Steve came over and said, I think that's alright to me.
No, that's also because we pointed out that there are 8 screws on the floor.
Yeah. So no way 8 screws fail at once. Then make sure your brake lines you check to make sure when they are in motion they don't rub against anything. They're very anal about that. Every single scrutineer was quite anal about that. Also, when some of them like to check is, you just get the driver to sit there and push as hard on the brakes as possible for about 3 minutes. Then they'll check whether there's even any moisture on your brakes. That's how they for leakage. That's how they check. Next is After that, what else? Oh yeah, then they said on the upright side, anything near the brakes, they don't want to see nylon lock nuts. You have to use
K-nuts.
K-nuts or what? Lock tabs.
K-nuts.
Or safety wiring.
K-nuts.
Yeah.
They give a reason why.
Because it's hot.
Yeah.
The brake caliper say
Hot.
hot.
Like the high temperature could melt the nylons and lock nuts.
Yeah.
So you need to use K-nuts for more temperature sensitive stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you have the time to consider to design an upright, this should be number 1. And then again, the critical fastening track must be 2+++. It's not difficult if you do the math beforehand. Then that got our. Then Steve really came over and helped us out. So that felt right to me to like about 5 parts. For real. Then we had to just fasten this here, tape some stuff up there. Then we passed the safety and technical.
Yep.
Then after that we went to EV and we told the lady that okay, we know we're not gonna pass, but can you just tell us how scrutineering is carried out? And she was kind enough to point everything out. Yeah. So yeah, she wanna talk about that.
For the HVD, you put labels all over the car to point towards the HVD, so everyone knows where it is. It's easy to locate. The grounding, the way they check the grounding is they shove one of the multimeter prongs into the ground wire, into the ground banana jack.
Yeah.
And then they just probe different parts of the chassis with the other wire to see the resistance value.
HVD 3D
the other
print,
thing is
oh yeah, the dummy connector.
Dummy connector for the HVD 3D print one. just to use in case when you don't want to use the HVD.
Don't take it up like I did.
Yeah, yeah.
They say that they can't really push you a lot forward in this stage if you do not have your accumulator already with you. So there's just something to keep in mind for next year on how to prioritize the things that need to be done.
And stickers is something most teams get wrong, even in the electrical scrutineering. So make sure that's all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then your waterproofing, right? So for your accumulator, you can't say that your car is waterproof and therefore your accumulator is waterproof. They're not okay with that. The entire tractor system accumulator container has to be waterproof, and you have to prove it to them that it's waterproof. Simply saying that since the car is waterproof, there's no battery though. We understand that there's no battery that will go into the battery. I mean, there's no water that will go into the battery. So you have to make sure that the container itself is also waterproof.
Also make sure there's some sort of waterproof venting as well to prevent the buildup of pressure in the accumulator.
Yeah.
The rain test is pretty crazy, by the way.
Yeah, rain test is crazy. I took a video of it.
Crazy?
Yeah.
More crazy than what we went through?
No, rain test is like, it flips, bro. The battery confirmed.
It goes in every angle.
I thought it was going to be way worse because the videos I saw of Formula 2 in Germany,
it's just high pressure.
It's that one, but in every direction.
Yeah.
Even from below.
Now that we have the scrutineering checklist sheet, let's use that for any design process or design decision we have.
But we only have for mechanical though.
Yeah, I saw the worksheet. It's like a bunch of tabs.
Oh, so
yeah.
Oh, so we have it.
Yeah. So use that, please.
Car 2 starts now.
Don't trust British summer.
Yeah.
Basically winter here. Get ready for your artery bypass.
Go piscicles.
Don't expect a lot of vegetables.
Go party.
Sadon is the real MVP. Do not abuse him.
I love you.
What the
Sadon, address him with respect. Every time call him Mr. Sadon.
Yeah,
can
I
please
call him Sadon.
No.
Can I please help with
reply to his emails?
Sir or Mr. Sadon?
Join the sim racing thing.
Yeah, join the sim racing series. It's worth it.
It's worth it. Looks cool.
You get to go to the Williams factory, you know.
Also the Aston Martin.
And steal their marks.
And join on the diversity and inclusivity. Yeah, say like all of you are fighting for gay rights in Singapore because that's what they did here in Ireland, and they're going to Aston Martin factory tomorrow. Exactly. Well, join the project. It's the best thing that has happened in our university life. Vamos. Yeah!
wait, wow, the appreciation also give to Maggie for following 15 idiots around the track.
Yeah!
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie.
Ken.
Bye bye.
Walao eh.
Kinda nice, like running water into a paradise. Got no drama, feels like we arrived. Picture perfect, don't exist. When I'm with you, don't have to question it. True devotion. Oh, I thought the love was just a lie. A way to feel an unrealistic high. We get our fix, but never satisfied. Give you all of my love, and you give it right back. I can fly, I can fall, I know you got my back. Never thought I would find someone to love like that.
Yesterday, Maggie, Yash, and Alex, we went to the Norwegian tent next door to sleep. They went to the Norwegian next door to sleep, and then we brought Shivam and Big Mac into our tent to sleep also. So we gathered everybody together in one tent to sleep.
So the question is, tonight what are you going to do? Yeah, so we don't really want to stay. So, okay, 8 o'clock is the award ceremony. So I think now they're trying to ask the information if there's any way we can know of whether we win. Who's asked? Yashin.
Sharaf.
Yeah. So if we win something, then we'll stay. If we don't, then after we pack,
our
we
plan
just
is
London is quite expensive. He is staying in Milton Keynes. You stay in Milton Keynes, right? Your friend house, is it? You staying with your friend, the guy.
Yeah.
Is his house big enough to have a few more people?
I don't think so because he had 2 kids and his parents or something else.
Oh, your petrol, okay. Oh, EV, sorry. Is that what, 2 motors in it? This way.
The jack.
What do you think of the right side?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, just nice.
For tonight hotel, found this place called the Premier Inn. Called the Premier Inn, and it's about £40 per person. Okay.
Bro, but it's very nice rooms.
Yeah, it's like a 3-star hotel.
Sure, why not?
It's about 30 minutes from the airport itself by cab, or an hour from the airport by train. Then they said that they have 4 rooms available, so we split all the guys 2 and Maggie 1 room. Maybe that's something you can go ask them. What's considered a newcomer, what's not. Yeah.
Never put in the luggage.
This side.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of food as well.
shout everything like let's go.
Okay, it's good we pack a bit in the morning because now it's black.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a jacket.
No, Prof. Yesterday because of the rain, right? The jacket is fully wet.
But you didn't hang out to dry out.
I would.
It was raining the whole night yesterday.
Like the spikes. Also, people are like, they don't NTU, right? People are like actually looking at the car. People is like, wow, Singapore can do this? No, because NTU is a very big uni, right? It's a very top uni. So people are like, oh, wow, NTU is this. That's what they do. A lot of people are in the car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, true.
They know NTU?
Yeah. NTU is pretty big, yeah. Guy came to me like I said, oh, NTU is pretty big. We had like an exchange there. Only one person can go in. Only like one person can go in, like very, very good people.
Because they wanted to come exchange.
Yeah, to NTU. It's very big uni.
Thank you.
Waking up in the flower bed, the sun is up, table set, we eat and drink. Body and bread, blood and wine, there's a time to live, time to die, and a time to be. Slow down and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion, say a word, hold a hand. Life is not the sum of what we plan, but the in-between. This miracle of human life and the body and time that we occupy, it is all together sacred. Slow down and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion, oh, here now.
Wait, what circle?
When you enter the airport, right? Just right now.
Ah, yeah. That's such a waste of.
Running like fucking 400 meters. Bro, this kind of thing is forever etched in the memory. Yeah. It's a super good thing that we got the tickets in advance.
Yeah.
Bro, online check-in came in clutch.
Tomorrow's still a mystery. Don't worry about what you wear or eat. Just stop and smell the roses. Nothing here is guaranteed, but the love surrounding you and me will hold us together. Slow down and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion, motion. Oh, here now, see the beauty that is woven in every single moment. Every single moment. Slow down and listen for a heartbeat with everything in motion. Here now, see the beauty that is woven in every single moment.